There we go. Turn our mics on. It is on. And there we go. You know what time it is, everybody? Time for the Hometown Movie Guys. Well, today, the Hometown Movie Guy, Andy McKinney.
That's all we need today.
That's all we need. We saved the seat for Craig, so if he, is able to make it over in a little bit, here we go. The seat is here for him and the mic. But today we have Andy McKinney in the studio, and if you're not familiar with our Hometown Movie Guys program, we talk movies every other Friday here at KRIM.
Movies.
Movies. The movies that are showing at Sawmill Theaters, and that's where we're broadcasting from, the Sawmill Theaters building, and so it's movie time. So
That's right. It's the finest theater for 50 miles, no matter which direction you go in.
Any direction, 50 miles, any direction, it is the best.
That's right.
There we go. So, any new movies?
One new movie today. It's a scary one.
Okay.
As we say in the movie game, a supernatural horror.
Ooh, supernatural horror. Okay. Yeah. So, what is the title of that movie?
It's called The First Omen.
The First Omen.
Yeah. If you remember the original Omen movie came out long ago.
Yes. What? Damien, right? Damien, the little boy.
Yep.
Oh, that was a creepy movie.
Well, this one also is creepy in the tradition of Omen. Or Damien. This is a prequel.
Okay.
And well, of course, I haven't seen it yet.
You're like,
But the story involves an American Catholic novitiate.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, it's somebody who's in the process of becoming a nun.
Okay.
But she hasn't taken her final vows yet. And she's assigned to go to Rome to work in an orphanage there. And she finds out that things are not exactly the way they seem.
Wow. Yeah, reading about this, wow, it's pretty crazy here. What was it? A young American woman sent to Rome to begin a life of service to the church, but encounters a darkness that causes her to question her faith and uncovers a terrifying conspiracy that hopes to bring about the birth of an evil incarnate.
Yes.
That's never a good thing.
No.
Absolutely. No. That always ends bad. Come on. That's just not good.
So this is R-rated. And I just want to plug the leading lady because I like her name so much. Her name is Nell Tiger something, I forget.
But Nell Tiger, really?
Nell Tiger Bates, something like that. I forget her last name. But that's a great name.
Oh yeah, Nell Tiger Bates. Let's see. Let's check out the old.
And I don't think it's Bates, but
yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, the critic so far.
I think they gave her a kind of a medium sort of a thing.
Yeah, 78.
So 78. No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, real close to that, B grade, 80. But Nell Tiger Free.
There we go, Tiger Free.
Nell Tiger Free.
Tiger Free. What a great name. And she's English. I don't know how she ended up with a name like that.
And then,
but she was in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
She played one of the princesses.
Another actor I recognize. I don't know how to say his last name though. Bill Nighy.
Close enough. Yeah.
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 He has played in a lot of different roles here.
Yeah, he's another Englishman. Terrific actor though. I like him a lot, so I'm glad he's in there. And Charles Dance is the other famous name. Charles Dance also in Game of Thrones.
Okay.
And Tiger Free played his granddaughter in Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
And Bill Knightley is just a pleasure to watch. He's the archetypical English character actor. He's very, very good.
So that opens today.
1 o'clock. So if you
1 o'clock.
You want to get the bejeebers scared out of you, 1 o'clock it is.
Yeah, and let's.
And this is, by the way, I just want to give fair warning. This is R-rated. I wasn't really aware that there's another rating that's even higher than that.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, NC-17, which doesn't matter who you are or who you're with. If you're under 17, you don't get in.
You're not admitted.
Yeah. Just,
wow.
And then they snipped out part of a scene
to give it an R rating, so it
Right.
qualified. Wow. So this actually was rated NC-17 initially.
Yeah, and then they
Wow.
modified it.
Ooh, hey.
So, I mean, terrifying graphic images, death, mutilation, incineration, all kinds of that kind of stuff. And evidently it's, I haven't seen it yet, of course, but reportedly the deaths are very, very detailed in their depiction.
Wow.
So you want to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is the movie for you.
Then The First Omen is right up your alley. Showtimes, like you said, 1 o'clock today, also 4 and 7, and that is rated R. All right, The First Omen.
The director, they got names that are hard for me to pronounce today. Arcacia Stevenson. And she's had her directorial career up until this one. This is her very first feature film direction job. But she's done a lot of TV work, including in scary stuff, doing scary stuff on TV. And she had a hand in the writing as well. So.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. That, again, starts today, The First Omen, 1 o'clock.
R-rated.
Rated R. No, movie that I think came last week. Was that Godzilla X Kong? Or is it Godzilla
One of the producers said that the X is silent.
The X is silent.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Godzilla Kong.
Godzilla Kong, the New Empire.
Yeah. And if you know, Godzilla movies have been around for a long time. But,
oh my goodness! Yeah.
Raymond Burr was even in one.
Wow.
Back in the 50s. And that was pretty strange because he never left L.A. They filmed the brief scenes that he was in. They filmed in L.A. and then just sent the tape to, or the film to Japan, where they just patched him in.
I remember, growing up watching the Godzilla movies, and just they were very interesting to me. I was kind of.
We've never seen anything like it.
No, I know. Nothing like, what Hollywood was putting out. And,
Guy in a rubber suit stomping cardboard cities.
Yeah, and Mothra. I mean, a giant moth.
You'll be happy if you haven't seen Godzilla X Kong yet.
Yes.
Mothra has a brief appearance.
Wow.
Brief but important.
Well, but Mothra was always, it was confusing to me because moths are like one of the least dangerous animals probably on the planet. But then this moth
unless you're a wool coat.
Yeah, was fighting and beating up Godzilla. It's like, are you kidding me? Come on. Come on. So this, good reviews from the audience so far. Have you seen it reviewed?
Yeah, and it was, if you like giant monster movies, and this is the one for you.
Gotcha.
I think they're fun to watch,
Yeah.
and you can't take them too seriously.
No, no. But entertaining.
Entertaining, yep.
Mhm.
And sometimes, what we want is, we want a couple of hours where we can just
Escape.
let our psyche rest
Mm.
and watch something silly on the big screen and
Yeah.
enjoy ourselves.
What would you guess the audience score is so far on this?
Oh, yeah, I would say 88.
92?
Oh, well, I wasn't too far off.
Not too far off, yeah, 92. The critics? Nah.
Yeah, what do they know?
Nose in the air, so they're not going to give high scores to Godzilla Kong, the new Empire.
The critics like the little teeny, very obscure art films. They like those the best.
Mhm. Well,
And the rest of us think they're boring.
now, I'm wondering, and you might have this information, how much did it cost to make this movie?
A mere 135 million, which by monster movie status is not all that much.
No, and what?
They spent 200 million on that movie earlier this year, Argyle.
Yeah.
And boy, I bet they're regretting that.
Oh yeah. So how has this been doing at the box office so far?
214 as of yesterday.
Wow.
214
Okay.
million in, so not great, but not bad.
Not bad.
And it's only been out a week, so.
Yeah. So I think the formula that you use is you look at doubling if they can double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by my understanding, that'd be
They're not far off.
their break-even point is 170 million, and so and there's every reason to think that they will reach that and be
Yeah.
successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame in Hollywood if you don't make money.
Yeah. No.
And if something hits, oh boy, howdy, do they ever make money?
Yeah. Well, if you don't make money and you don't continue to make movies, you would probably only get so many chances before who's going to fund the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So any big? I'm looking at the actors in this one. Not really, any real big names in this one.
Nope.
No, but Dan Stevens, I recognize him from different shows, but not.
He's not a household name, is he?
No, definitely not a household name. Recognizable face, but not a household name. Huh. So, what rating did you give this one?
I think I gave it an average three saw blades.
3 saw blades for Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire.
Yeah.
And this one rated PG-13.
So, yay.
Yay.
Nice contrast to that other one with
Oh,
the
yeah,
R to R.
The First Omen. And did you see this in 3D?
I did not, but sometimes it's a hoot to see them in 3D.
I remember, what movie that you were very impressed with, where you were sitting in the front. You said you sat in the front and saw in 3D, and it had large animals, didn't it? Or Jurassic Park? Was it Jurassic Park?
Was it the Jurassic Park? Yeah, it could be.
I thought
One
it was
of the
one of the
Jurassic
dinosaurs. Yeah.
One of the Jurassic Parks.
Yeah, and you were just blown away by being that close.
Yeah, that was fun. You were immersed in the movie. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was just going to be awful because we had to squeeze into the front row, and we didn't sit there on purpose. It was just full.
Yeah, what a pleasant surprise. Huh?
Yeah.
So Godzilla, Kong, the New Empire, showtimes 12:45, 3:45 in 3D, and 6:45.
Yeah, and if you can, go see it in 3D. It's sometimes the 3D is fun.
Mm-hmm. Now, a movie that is still in the theaters, and I would imagine still going strong, Kung Fu Panda 4.
Kung Fu Panda 4 is a huge success. $85 million budget, $364 million in the box office.
Wow. So when you say 85 million, in comparison to other animated films, that seems pretty reasonable.
That is reasonable, and I'm pleased when I see a movie like this, and they seem to have kept their budget under control.
Mm-hmm.
that's, it's important for me that good movies succeed. Because as you say, if the movie doesn't succeed, then they're not gonna make another one of those.
Yes, oh yeah.
And this is Kung Fu Panda 4, and it's doing very well, so they're on to a situation that works for them, and it works for the public too. And this one, I believe, is PG rated.
Yes.
Which means it's good for no matter how old you are.
And some bigger names in this one, obviously Jack Black.
Yep.
Playing Poe.
Poe.
Poe. And then Aquafina.
Yeah, I like
love saying
Aquafina.
that name, right?
Yep.
Aquafina in here, Viola Davis, Dustin Hoffman, Bryan Cranston. Yeah, so some big names.
Yep. James Hong.
James Hong, yeah.
James Hong's 95 years old, still making movies.
Wow.
And if you saw him, you would recognize him.
And he's is he the master? Does he play Mr. Ping.
Yeah.
He plays Mr. Ping, okay.
And he's a crane or something.
Yeah, and then Ian McShane.
Oh, that's right, Ian McShane's in there too.
Ian McShane is in there as well, yeah.
But there's at least two there that I've heard you mention are Academy Award recipients. So you have a fourth in the series Kung Fu Panda movie for very small children, and you've got these wonderful wonderful actors doing the voices. I think that's just terrific. I like that a lot.
And as you mentioned, rated PG, and showtimes are 1, 4, and 7 for Kung Fu Panda 4.
When I go to see something like this, I try to identify the voice actors. And sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't, because they're actors, and they're doing a voice of a character, and it isn't necessarily in their own recognizable voice.
Yes, yeah. It's fun to, if you don't know, like you said, all of the actors that are doing the voices, to try and figure them out when you're watching the movie. Well, another movie in the theater that I think started last week or the week before, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire.
Yep, that's a good one. We do have all of these surviving original Ghostbusters appear. They're not the main characters, but they pop in and out. So that's cool to see Bill Murray and the rest of those people. So that's good. And the setup now for the movie, the Ghostbusters movie just before this, and this one, the Ghostbusters are teenagers. And that's fun, a different take on things. Teenagers have a different take on almost everything than adults do. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
But this is a perfectly good Ghostbusters movie, and I was happy with it.
And obviously the only original character not in Egon, Harold Ramis,
right?
Who passed away. But yeah, Bill Murray in there, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is great to see.
And Paul Rudd plays the boyfriend of the teenager's mom.
Oh.
So he's in there too. He's a prominent character. And in the setup for the movie, the teenagers are the grandchildren of Egon.
Egon, yeah. Oh, and then...
And they're fearless. They're great Ghostbusters. I mean, they are into busting them ghosts. They're digging it.
So you saw this movie?
Yep.
And what was the rating on this one?
I don't remember exactly. 3.5 maybe.
Okay. All right. What stood out to you? What did you really enjoy about the movie?
The little teeny Stay Puft guys.
Some tiny ones, huh?
Yeah, there are like a zillion of these little Stay Puft guys, and they're demonic. They're no good.
Oh boy.
But they're cute.
How can you not laugh at them though?
Yeah. There's one scene where the Stay Puft guys are making s'mores out of themselves. And they're happy little critters, you know, they're just giggling and laughing and stuff.
Well, that kind of reminds me of when you said that, they're little evil things, but, you know, playful at the same time, Gremlins. When Gremlins came out and the Mogwai or whatever, before it got into water, you know, cute, cuddly and everything, but then those Gremlins, yeah, they were evil little guys, but how could you not laugh? I mean, they had a sense of humor.
Yeah.
They were funny.
Yeah.
So, so little Stay Puft Marshmallow guys all running around. That's funny. So, yeah, the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire rated PG-13. Showtime's 1:15, 4:15, and 7:15. And it sounds like it is a very entertaining movie.
Yep, I liked it. I had fun with it.
So, also still in the theaters, Dune Part 2.
Okay, now this is a different category of film altogether. This is one of the great films of American cinema.
I remember you saying, after you saw it, you would rate this the #1 sci-fi film of all time.
Of all time.
All time.
All time. And you think of the competitors, maybe 2001: Space Odyssey,
Aliens.
Alien.
Alien, yeah.
This is better. It's better. It's better in every way that a film can be better.
Wow.
It is grand in its conception. It's dazzling in its cinematography. It is chock-a-block with very, very famous and accomplished actors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great. It is just great, and it's doing very well too.
Yeah. How much did it cost to make Dune 2?
190 million.
Okay, and how about box office?
631 and counting.
Wow.
So it's a solid success. But look who's in this. Did you see Elvis recently?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Austin Butler is in this, the guy that
That's
played
right.
Elvis.
Played Elvis, okay.
Josh Brolin.
Wow, okay.
Zendaya, the singer who is now, I think you can solidly classify her as a successful young actress,
Yes.
as well as a singer.
Definitely.
The young lead actor Timothy Chalamet, who also has, 5 years ago, nobody knew who he was even, and now he is a big deal. He recently starred in Wonka and did a great job there too. Completely different movie, so the kids got range. Florence Pugh has a small role. I think she is just the cat's pajamas. I like her a lot. She plays the Princess Irian. Dave Bautista, of course, the nasty beast Raban. He's no good. Christopher Walken plays the Emperor, and Javier Bardem is in there too. Josh Brolin and Javier Bardem, of course, starred in No Country for Old Men. Just a wonderful and terrifying Western. But, Rebecca Ferguson, sure. But it just, in every way that you can imagine a movie being just the top shelf, this one is.
It delivers.
It delivers.
And that is reflected in the ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. So
I think they're like in the 98 and that kind of number.
Audience 95, critics 93. So I mean mid-90s from both. You can't get much better than that. There's
and I don't know if other critics out there, the snooty ones, are rating this as the best science fiction movie of all time, but they ought to be.
They ought to be.
Because it is.
Listen, Andy, and you need to be, no, that, if you haven't seen it, it definitely is one that you should go see, rated PG-13, only 2 showtimes, because it is a little longer. Right around 3 hours?
No, it's north of 2 hours.
Okay. So 12:30 and 6:30 are the show times.
And it's been here for,
Dune.
5 weeks or something too.
Yeah.
So, you
Yeah, I
have to
don't
make
know.
room for the new ones.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer it will be here, so it is definitely a movie that you want to see in the theaters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and yeah, 2 hours, 45 minutes, so just, a little lengthy, but everyone I talked to said exactly what you said. It was that it went so fast, you wanted more, it was amazing. It didn't feel like you were in there 2 hours and 45 minutes.
It is really captivating, there's no question about it.
All right. And then there's still a couple other movies playing. Arthur the King.
Arthur the King is a doggy movie.
Doggy movie, rated PG-13. And how do you saw that?
Oh, yeah, no.
How did you like that?
Oh, I liked it, and I'm proud to say I didn't cry even once.
Okay.
But I was prepared. When I go to a doggy movie, I always wear long sleeves in case I have to dab my eyes.
So it wasn't, how about Dog? Did you tear up a little in Dog?
No, I thought that
No.
was dumb.
You thought Dog was dumb?
Yeah.
But that was Channing Tatum, his movie? That was Dog, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't like that one?
I
It was, yeah.
And I appreciated it because the part of the movie was set in Arizona.
Okay.
So
There you go.
I liked it for that reason.
And he directed that, didn't he, Channing Tatum?
I think he might
directed-
have, yeah.
Yeah, but
it was not a stellar movie.
Arthur the King, much better?
Arthur the King is much better. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But I mean, it's still a doggy movie. So
Yeah.
it's not going to get an Academy Award or anything. But it was fun to watch, and it's good to go see a good doggy movie once in a while.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't like a good doggy movie?
Yeah.
If you don't like a good doggy movie, you really need to look at yourself. Look at the person in the mirror.
That's
Because,
right.
Come on. Showtimes on Arthur the King, 12, 2:30, and 5.
And this is Mark Wahlberg, and
Mhm.
Wahlberg is a older guy in the movie. He's not in his 20s. He's a mature man,
Mhm.
and he's in one of these challenge race sort of things.
Yeah.
And they've got a bike, and they've got to hike, and they've got to climb mountains, and they've got to do all this stuff in Dominican Republic. And this is based on more or less based on a true story.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and the dog starts following them,
Mm.
and they give him a meatball, and then the dog just loves them.
Give me a meatball, I'll follow you.
Yep.
That's how you get Chris into a van. You know what? Audience score. What would you guess the audience score
Oh, I
on
think
this?
the audience liked this one. I'd say 91.
97.
Oh!
97. Audiences love this movie. The critics, 70. Not horrible, but the audience really.
But what we would expect in a movie like this that appeals to the common man as opposed to the snooty critics.
Yeah. So. People really like the movie. And how's it box office wise? Is it successful?
Not great,
All
not great.
right?
They spent $19 million to make it, and they made $22 million.
Yeah.
But with a modest budget like that,
They'll get there eventually.
eventually they'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even shoot, what was the one that didn't make any money?
Well, Argyle.
No, I
you
mean
a
a
low
long
budget?
time ago.
Gotcha.
The one where they were the world tide, the tide had lifted, and all of the everything was submerged. Waterworld.
Oh boy. Wow,
Yeah.
you're going back, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that just pummeled Kevin Costner's career.
Uh-huh.
I actually liked the movie. I thought it was pretty fun and
like that
interesting. But it took them 22 years to break even.
22.
So don't give up, folks.
Wow. Yeah. It can happen. It will take a while, but it eventually can happen.
The last one in the theaters this week is Imaginary.
Uh-huh.
This is a Blumhouse production.
Okay.
Blumhouse is a become a powerhouse in very ordinary, very predictable, scary movies. Movies with not much to recommend them, but you know, it is what it is. And some people like them. And enough people like them that Blumhouse is just on top of the world, just rolling in money.
Oh, yeah.
They spent $10 million to make this. It's got $37 million at the box office.
Wow.
And these movies will pop up on streaming services. They're going to pop up on Svengoolie probably someday on Saturday afternoons.
Yep, and that's still producing a little bit of revenue. And
Yep.
it just keeps trickling in.
Yep, and DVDs, and you know, it all adds up. But Jason Blum, the founder of Blumhouse, has found a formula that works for his company and for his personality, and he's pushing it as hard as he can, and good for him.
Yeah.
He's putting movies out there that people go see.
Yeah, and something I think sort of unique about these movies, I believe most of them PG-13, where they're not
gross.
gross
These are
and
not
gory.
Yeah, these are
Yeah.
not slasher movies. They're
Yeah.
just they're
Like
just
suspense, a little scary suspense. Yeah,
and little jump scares every once in a
Yeah.
while to keep you awake.
yeah. So rated PG-13.
Boy, the people I go the movies with make fun of me every time I jump out of my seat. Just hear them giggling.
And only one showtime on Imaginary. It just is showing at 7:30.
Yeah, this one will probably be leaving pretty soon.
Yeah. So
But there's a similar movie coming up pretty soon called IF, for Imaginary Friend. And this movie, Imaginary, is the same sort of a theme.
Gotcha.
The IF movie, though, is a much bigger production, a much more serious movie.
Wow. So there we go. So hey, well, thank you,
You bet.
Andy, for representing the Hometown Movie Guys, being the Hometown Movie Guy today. And everyone listening and watching, thank you so much for tuning in, and hope you have a wonderful Friday.
And I'll see you at the movies.
See you at the movies, and a great weekend as well. All right, see ya.